All right, James. Wargaming. I know Wargaming. There's Wargaming that, of course, they have their own dice, but obviously you use regular dice. There's war games where you actually also use not just the cards that they come with, but playing cards. Now you want to go a step further and come up with devise war games where you use dominoes.
Yes, I was having a talk with a guy I lived with who didn't even know what a tabletop war game was, and most people don't. I'm amongst the youngest of people that still do tabletop war games. The best ones are designed by a man named Mark Herman, who has designed something like 75 war games, and he's a genius. He's the dean of the craft. So I was thinking how I could show this man how to play a tabletop war game with something that had basic values. I don't have any dice here. My idea is to use die as cavalry or irregulars or like Indians, and to do warfare of the Black Powder era between 1700 and the Civil War. And I would use this domino for movement. Okay, so if we're moving in line, we would move like this. If we're going to move in column, we would move further. Column, you move more quickly in column, but you can see there's a problem. When you're moving in line, you have to dress your lines and you move more slowly and you have more firepower available. So, for instance, the French used to use movement in column a lot, and the English would use line movement, and then you'd have your irregulars and your cavalry on the outside. So we have the dastardly dimes here, the penny dreadfuls. What would we do with these values? For Black Powder era, I would say that the larger number is the contact number. This is your melee number. This is a number where if you're in hand-to-hand combat, that's what you use. And then once these people actually got into contact, they would be stuck in contact until somebody broke contact. And now you're just fighting with the big number. I would use, because of the ineffectiveness of the firearms, I would use the small number as the fire percentage. So these guys are in line. These guys want to close. So this would be forward. Your higher number would be forward. These guys want to close with these guys. These guys want to fire. So these guys would be firing with their small numbers to try to affect them, and these guys would be trying to close the distance and crash into them with their big number. The dominoes that only have one value, I would use these for artillery, and the artillery would be able to fire the same range as the number. So this one would be able to fire 4, and it would have a 4 firepower. You know, this one would be like little rockets, Congreve rockets or something, that would just fire 1 and have a 1 fire. You'd have to put it on the wing right there. I'm thinking of using quarters for keeping track of army morale.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no quarter, giving no quarter really means we're not going to quarter you. We're not going to give you a place to live and capture you. We're just going to kill you. So we're going to use quarters to keep track of army morale. For commands, I'm just going to use cards, a deck of playing cards. And we would have special, of course, this would be a special unit. This would probably be your guards. Okay, and then you could have a rule for committing the guard. You know, if you commit the guard and they fail, what usually happens in the Napoleonic battle is the whole morale of the army just crumbles and everybody runs away. Mm-hmm. So you kind of hold off on committing the guard. So that's just a basic idea I plan on working out over the next couple of months.